Hi there, I welcome you to my video about labor costing. This is Senior Hannington, your accounting tutor. Now, on your screen, you have a question. This question has been extracted from the CPA Cost and Management Accounting question paper. That is November 2019. As you can see, it is question 2 of the November 2019 question paper, Cost and Management Accounting. You have been required to explain any 3 advantages and 2 disadvantages of merit rating. Then you have another scenario whereby you're required to determine the total earnings of the worker using both Halsey and the Rowan premium schemes. So when you look at this, of course, this comes from labor costing. Labor costing is part of the syllabus, that is cost and management accounting. So as you're preparing for the exams, these are some of the areas which you have to look at as you're preparing for your exams. Now, what is merit rating? When we talk about merit rating, we can look at it as a performance evaluation technique that companies use to assess the performance of employees based on specific criteria such as productivity, the quality of the work, as well as the job knowledge. That is merit rating in simple terms. But what are its advantages and disadvantages? What are the advantages of merit rating and its disadvantages? Advantages of merit rating. Then I'll also look at the disadvantages of merit rating. Let us try to summarize a key points here: the advantages and disadvantages of merit rating. Now, merit rating, one of its advantages, you expect to see motivation. One of its advantages is motivation. How? Merit rating, as we have seen that it's a performance evaluation technique which we can use to assess the performance of employees based on a specific criteria. It can result into motivation. It can motivate employees to perform better by recognizing and rewarding their hard work and achievements. So if I know that I'm going to be recognized and my hard work is going to be rewarded, then I'm going to be motivated to perform better. So there will be motivation. If there is merit rating, then you cannot forget talent development. Talent development. How? This merit rating helps to identify the training and development needs of employees to improve their skills and their capabilities. Then we can also look at the objectivity. Of course, there is objectivity. How? It provides a structured and systematic approach to evaluating an employee's performance based on a measurable criteria. So there will always be a measurable criteria which is going to be based on when doing that systematic approach of evaluating the performance of employees. So there is objectivity when it comes to merit rating. Then of course you expect fairness. This can also be an advantage of merit rating: fairness. It can promote a culture of fairness and transparency in the organization by rewarding the employees based on their performance. But however much it comes with advantages, there are also disadvantages when it comes to merit rating. We can look at Disadvantages like what? Subjectivity. There is subjectivity. There may be bias in evaluating the performance, as it often relies on the subjective judgments of the managers. So there will be subjectivity. Then the stress. It comes with stress, by the way. Stress. The stress. Employees may feel stressed or demotivated if they believe that the evaluation process is unfair, or if they don't receive a positive rating, then it can result into stress. In other words, demotivation. Then we can look at it focuses on individual performance, by the way. Focus on individual performance. Focus on individual performance. Now, how is this a disadvantage? You see, merit rating may focus too much on the individual performance and overlook the importance of teamwork and collaboration in achieving the organizational goals. Okay, so it looks at you as an individual. Okay, so it focuses on that performance of an individual, but remember, there may be the importance of teamwork. You may be good if you're in a team. Okay, so it overlooks the importance of teamwork and collaboration in achieving the organizational goals. Then what else can we look at? Okay, those are some of the possible disadvantages of merit rating. So it can be a useful tool for evaluating the performance of employees. It is important for organizations to address their limitations and use it in conjunction with other performance management strategies to create a balanced and fair evaluation process. That is merit rating. Motivation, talent development, objectivity, fairness. But we can also criticize it. We can look at subjectivity, the stress it creates. Then it also focuses on individual performance. Let us look at the second scenario. Then we see what we are required to do in that scenario. Kanika Enterprises Limited deals in the repair and maintenance of heavy-duty printing machines. The company received an order from a client to repair their faulty heavy-duty printer. The mechanic took 4 hours to complete the job. So this is what we call the time allowed. If you're to note down, that is the time allowed. The standard time and pay for repairing the machine is 6 hours. 6 hours is your standard time. So the standard time and the pay for repairing the machine is 6 hours and shillings 60,000 respectively. This is the basic pay or the standard pay. This is the basic pay or the standard pay. So you expect the mechanic to earn 60,000. That is if they work for 6 hours. So if they work for 6 hours, then their pay is 60,000. Now, KEL is in the process of revising its bonus payment plan to minimize costs. What are we required to do? Determine the total earnings of the worker using both Halsey and the Rowan premium schemes. Using both Halsey and the Rowan premium schemes. There you have 4 marks for that part. Then advise KEL's management on which incentive scheme to use in order to minimize costs. Now, Halsey and Rowan premium schemes, these are bonus systems. These are bonus systems, and they are examples of the individual bonus systems. So let us compute the total earnings of the workers using both Halsey and then the Rowan premium schemes. Now, how would you get the total earnings of a worker? How would we come up with the total earnings of the worker? If you compute total earnings of the worker, total earnings equal to what we call the basic pay plus the bonus. Basic pay plus the bonus. Now, the bonus will depend on the individual bonus scheme you're using. It can either be Halsey, it can be the Rowan premium. We have the Halsey, we have premium system, and many other systems. So that is the bonus. Our basic pay, we know that is 60,000. So the basic pay, we have been told that it's 60,000. But then we need to get the bonus. We need to get the bonus. The bonus will depend on the scheme you're using. You have been given the time allowed as well as the standard time. We need to come up with what we call an hourly rate. Each hour is how much? We need to come up with an hourly rate. So what is the rate per hour? The rate per hour, we know that the basic pay is 60,000. But this is as a result of someone working for 6 hours. So the hourly rate is 60,000 divided by the 6 what? The 6 hours. And this gives us shillings 10,000 per hour. This gives us 10,000 per hour. So that is your hourly rate. That is your hourly rate. Shillings 10,000 per hour. Now we can go into the computation of bonus. We can start with the Halsey premium scheme. So Halsey, using Halsey. Using the Halsey scheme. Now, according to the Halsey scheme, bonus equals to a half times the time saved, then times the rate per hour. Okay, times the rate per hour. So our bonus will equal to a half, that is 50%, times the time saved. When we look at the information given, the time allowed is 4 hours, the standard time is 6 hours. So the time saved is the standard time minus the time that was taken. Oh, sorry, this is supposed to be the time taken, not allowed. This is the time taken. This is time taken. The mechanic took 4 hours to complete. This is time taken. This is time taken. This is the standard time, or what we call the time allowed. So the time allowed is 6 minus the time that was taken, so that will give you the time saved. Then times your hourly rate, which is 10,000. So this gives you a bonus of how much. Let's see how much the bonus is. So here the bonus is 10,000. That is the bonus. The bonus is 10,000 under the Halsey scheme. Therefore, your total earnings will equal to the basic pay, that is 60,000 plus the bonus of 10,000, giving us a total earnings of 70,000. That is Halsey scheme. We have a total earnings of 70,000. Total earnings equal to the basic pay plus the bonus. Now let us look at the Rowan system. So using the Rowan, let us look at using Rowan. This was Halsey. Let us see what happens if we use the Rowan scheme. What will be the bonus? So using Rowan. Using the Rowan scheme. Still, total earnings will equal to the basic pay plus bonus. Don't forget that. So under the Rowan scheme, how would we calculate the bonus? The bonus under the Rowan scheme. Now under Rowan, the bonus equals to the time saved. The formula is the time saved over the time allowed. Then times the time taken times our rate per hour. Times the rate per hour. So the time saved, we know that this mechanic saved the 2 hours. The 2 hours, that is the 6 hours, the time allowed, minus the 4 hours that we are taken. So we have 2 hours as our time saved over the time allowed, that is 6, then times the time taken, which is 4, then times the 10,000, which is the rate per hour. This gives us a bonus of how much? This gives us a bonus of 13,000. 13,000. This gives us a bonus of 13,333. That is the bonus, 13,333. That is the bonus under the Rowan scheme. So you can get your total earnings. Total earnings will equal to the basic pay, which we know as, which is known, that is 60,000 for the 6 hours, then plus the bonus of 13,333 and that gives you 73, 3, 3, 3. Those are the total earnings if you're to use the Rowan scheme. Then Halsey scheme, the total earnings is 70,000. There was part B of the question. Advise KEL management on which incentive scheme to use in order to minimize costs. Now, if you will look at the computations here, if you to select a scheme which will minimize costs, of course, that will be Halsey scheme. Why? Because if I want to minimize costs, look at the earnings the employees receive, the mechanic receive. Under Halsey, they receive 70. Under Rowan scheme, they receive 73,333. So the bonus under Halsey is 10,000, but the bonus under Rowan scheme is 13,333. So if the company wants to minimize costs, then they should select, or they should use the Halsey scheme, because the bonus payment will be on the shillings 10,000 compared to the bonus under the Rowan scheme, which is 13,333. We are looking at minimizing costs, so I go with the Halsey scheme. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.